Good morning, everyone. My name is Nell and this is Little Yellow House Crafts, and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to be with you this morning. Today is Sunday, September 6th. Sunday, September 6th. I cannot believe that we're in September already. Yeah, I love September. September to me is like the gateway into the best part of the year, so I'm already getting excited for the next few months. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me this morning. I want to start off by saying a big thank you for those who watched and commented and were so supportive about my video last week. I know it was not for everyone and I know it was not my usual content, but I felt like it was important to share and I hope it was helpful to some of you, and so thank you. Thank you for your kind words and your support. I don't have any intentions of doing another video about homeschooling for the time being, so if you have any other questions or comments regarding schooling, please feel free to email me. I always post my email in the description box in every video, but thank you. I also wanted to point out that in my video 2 weeks ago now, where I talked about the Shannon Christine ornament stitch along, the ornament club, she herself, Shannon, commented on the video clarifying the policy about the freebies in the Facebook group. If you are interested in that, please go see that video and see her comment. I pinned it to the top of the comments. In a nutshell, there is a freebie that is released about midway through each month, and it is only available until the end of the month, and then it will be removed as well. So if you want the freebies for any given month, you have to be a member of the group that month. I hope that makes sense. But Shannon reached out. She was so sweet. She was very grateful for all of the support that you guys showed her. Way to go. Way to support small businesses and small business owners. But yeah, so just wanted to make sure that that got clarified before we moved on. Okay, today is a normal, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Today is a normal cross-stitch update. I have some really great stuff to show you, some fun finishes, some fun project I've been working on that I'm gonna talk about. So let's just jump right in. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what to do with my notes. You know what? I'll just set them right here. Okay, first off, I do not have any fully finished cross stitch for you today. I didn't do any fully finishing of projects the last 2 weeks because I've been working on a different project, and that is I have been making quilted placemats. Look at how cute it is! Okay, so there's a story associated with this. I had absolutely no plans to make these, and about a month and a half ago I was walking through my Walmart, and on an end cap near the fabric section, I saw that Walmart had put up some pre-cuts of fabric, which is a little bit unusual for them. Up until about a year or two ago, they didn't have pre-cuts. They just sold everything by the yard. They've recently started selling like 1 yard or 2 yard pre-cuts, you know, on their fabric wall near the bolts of fabric. But this is the first time I'd seen they do occasionally have like fat quarter stacks you can buy in fat quarters, but I hadn't really seen lines of fabric in pre-cuts. I hope this is making sense. Anyway, I walked past this end cap and I see all of these jelly rolls. I'm like, jelly rolls? Walmart doesn't do jelly rolls. So I stopped and took a look. They were really cute. They had half-size jelly rolls. A normal jelly roll is, I believe, 40 strips of 2.5 inch fabric. And these were rolls of 20 strips, so they're half the size. And they were selling them for $6. Now, if you are a quilter, you know that that's really inexpensive, even for a half-size jelly roll. $6 is very inexpensive. And I didn't really know what to expect because it's Walmart fabric and sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not. It's kind of hit or miss. But I thought, you know, these prints are actually really cute. I really like these prints. So maybe I'm gonna buy a couple of these jelly rolls and see what I can do with it. And then I thought, okay, well, if I'm gonna buy it, I wanna have something that I'm gonna make with them. I don't just wanna buy them to add to my stash. I can't use jelly rolls of fabric really in cross-stitch finishing. So if I'm gonna buy this, I need to have a purpose for it. So then I started thinking, well, what can I use jelly rolls for? And I've watched, you know, some of Priscilla and Chelsea's adventures in doing their string quilts and kind of the quilt as you go with the strips. And I thought, well, I could do something with that. I didn't want to make a full quilt because I didn't want to buy that much fabric, not knowing the quality. And I thought, well, I could make string quilted placemats for fall. We use placemats every day for each meal at our table, and our current placemats, I just bought them on Amazon. They're plastic, they're kind of getting a little ratty, they're not the nicest, and I thought, well, why not try to make some placemats for fall? And so I just came up with this on my own. I didn't follow a pattern really. I did, you know, use some tutorials of how to do quilt as you go and string quilting, but I kind of altered it to do my own placemat. So all I did, I bought 2 of these half-size jelly rolls. So I bought 2 packs of 20, so 40 strips, and I bought a bunch of fat quarters to do the backing, and you can see some of the quilting there. And I just whipped these up. I whipped up the first one. This was the first one I made. This took me about an hour, start to finish, once I had all my materials like ready to go and my strips were ironed and all of that. Once that was done, this took me an hour. All I did was cut some batting, some needled batting in the shape and size of a placemat. I laid out all my strips and ironed them, and oh, it's upside down. Now the trucks are the right side up. Ironed them, figured out kind of an order that I wanted to go in, and I just started sewing them onto the batting. And I did a quilt as you go technique, and then at the end, you can see it easier on the back. You can see I did do some quilting, and this is how I attached the back of the backing fabric, and then I trimmed it down and I bound it just with some gray bias tape. And it's so cute. I love this. Now, my thoughts on this Walmart fabric. First of all, it's not perfect, okay? For $6, you gotta expect it's not perfect. You can see they didn't cut, like on this black check, they didn't necessarily cut them on grain or following the pattern. Sometimes, you know, sometimes the lines aren't completely straight, like the cutting lines were straight, but they weren't necessarily straight on the image or the printing of the fabric. I think you know what I mean. So it's not perfect, but it definitely gives it kind of a homemade, scrappy look, which is kind of what I was going for, and I don't mind it. I think it's actually really cute. The fact that some of the strips aren't perfect doesn't bother me. Yeah. The only fabric that didn't come pre-cut in the jelly roll is this orange check. This they had as fat quarters, and so I bought 2 of these orange check fat quarters because I thought this jelly roll needed just a little splash of more color. It was a lot of grays and blacks and whites, which I know a lot of people love. I tend to need a little more color in my life, so I grabbed those and cut them into 2.5-inch strips myself, and then added them to the placemats, but you could totally do it without those. And I think it turned out great. I bought 8 fat quarters to use as the backing fabrics, and they've worked out great. They fit perfectly on a fat quarter with a little bit of extra. So let me show you. Here's another one. And this one has the black and white check with the trucks on it. That first one was like orange and gray and black plaid. Then we have this one, which I used for this one, the kind of almost like gray shiplap with more trucks and pumpkins. And then this one is just a gray fabric with some printing on it that has trucks, and it says pumpkins and a lot of like words. You can really see the quilting lines on this one. These were so easy to make. So that was the first 4. These are the 4 that are completely done. And then I ran out of bias tape. I have since bought more bias tape, but I have 2 more here that are pieced and quilted and trimmed, squared off and ready to be bound. but I haven't done the binding yet. So that's 6. The 7th one is on my cutting table, ready to be quilted and finished. And then the 8th one, I am going to film myself this week sewing and putting together the last one, so that next weekend, whenever Saturday or Sunday, I will be posting a tutorial on how I did these. Now, please bear in mind, I am by no means a professional quilter. I am very much an amateur, a novice, but I came up with it, and I came up with this out of my own head, okay? It's not perfect, but I will go ahead and film a tutorial this week and put it up next week, because I'm sure some of you are gonna watch this and want to make them yourselves. They're really easy, they're really beautiful, they turned out so cute, and I'm really pleased with them. So yeah, there will be a tutorial next week, and if you stay tuned to the end of this video, I have a little giveaway associated with these placemats that I will be doing after we finish all of our cross-stitch discussion today. So that was my fully finished objects for this week. The project is not done, but I do have 4 fully finished placemats. Hopefully by the end of this next week they will all be done. But yeah, really fun. Quick word about the fabric at Walmart. I went back about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, to get some stuff for the giveaway, because I decided I wanted to do a giveaway, and this collection was already almost gone. I had to go to a second Walmart to find what I needed. They still have it. They still have these fabric collections at my local Walmarts. It's kind of hit or miss on how much is left. They have a couple different harvest designs, like harvest lines of different jelly rolls. I hope this is making sense. They had 1 or 2 Halloween ones, and they had a couple of Christmas ones. They are, however, very picked over, at least at my Walmart. So if you are interested in these, I would get yourself to a Walmart pronto and see if you can find them. I don't know if they're selling them online at walmart.com. I've never seen Walmart do anything like this before, so I wonder if this was kind of an experiment for them to kind of put these out and see how people reacted, if people bought them. So I'm hopeful, fingers crossed, that they keep doing this, because this is a really inexpensive way to make some really cute stuff. Like I said, you get what you pay for. It's very inexpensive fabric, so it's not perfect. But if you're okay with imperfect and a little scrappy and homemade looking, then what is there to lose? That's what I'm trying to say. Really good price point and fun. It was really fun to make them. So keep your eyes open for the tutorial next weekend. And that was my fully finished objects sewing for the last 2 weeks. Now let's get to cross stitch. Okay, I do have some finished cross stitch pieces that I finished in the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to show you those. Let's start with, this was the first one. I'm oh so pleased I have finished my Patriotic House Trio. This was a Stitch Mania start back in May of this year. I have now finished the whole pattern, all 3 houses, and I'm just delighted with how they turned out. So, you saw these 2 last time. This was the first one I did. This was the first one I did. And then we have the blue house with the flag. And I have now finished the gold house, the Liberty house. Really cute. I love the thread on that gold house. I used one of my Victorian Motto over dies, and it's just beautiful, the modeling on that gold thread. So, they're upside down. It was just easier for me to maneuver in my Q-snap. It's done. I don't know yet how I'm gonna finish these. I have a couple ideas, but yeah, I'm really excited about it. I am not gonna take you through all of the thread colors I used, because I've shared them with you several times before. If you go back to my last video, I think I took you through them, but these were the colors I used. Really beautiful, patriotic, kind of vintage, a little bit primitive, but a little more vibrant. I don't know, more vintage than anything else. So anyway, that was Patriotic House Trio, and that was finish number 1 for the last 2 weeks. That for Stitch Mania, that was finish number 11 out of the 16 starts I had. So with that, I had finished 11 pieces of the 16 that I started. And speaking of Stitch Mania finishes, I also finished Double Double by the Prairie Schooler. I finally finished, I haven't ironed it yet, so you can still see some fold marks. I finally finished this bottom border. It only took me about a day and a half to whip it out, and it's done. Double Double. So cute. And with that, this is really exciting, with that is the conclusion of like a 4-year project to stitch 4 of these Prairie Schooler Halloween charts. And I pulled out my other 3. Whoops, I just dropped it on the floor. I pulled out the other 3 so I could show you them all together. I'm so pleased to finally have all of these done. These are all stitched on 25 count cream Lugana or ivory Lugana, I can't remember, cream or ivory, 25 count with 3 strands over 2 using DMC. And this is the set of 4. So the first one I finished years ago now was Knock Knock, and then came Who's There, who like an owl, Who's There, and then came Night Flight, and now Double Double is done. So all 4 of these Prairie Schooler Halloween charts are finished. And I am so excited to get to fully finish these this year. These will be fully finished in time for Halloween. I cannot believe it, because I never finish things in time for the actual holiday they're intended for. I tend to stitch with the seasons and stitch with the holidays, meaning when it's around October, I want to stitch Halloween. I don't really want to stitch Halloween in July. I want to stitch 4th of July stuff, patriotic stuff in July. So it's pretty rare for me to actually finish a seasonal holiday project well in advance of the actual holiday. Usually I finish it right during the holiday and then put it up the next year. So this is really exciting, and I am excited to finish this, and hopefully I have some fully finished Prairie Schooler Halloween pieces for you to see next in the next few weeks. Look at how cute, guys. I just love these charts. They've been so much fun to stitch. It took me like 4 years to do this, but I did it, and I'm so proud of myself. So that was Stitch Mania 2020 finish number 12 of 16, Double Double, and with that I have finished a whole project. So that's really exciting. The other finishes I have for this week, I have 2 more, or I guess 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since my last update. We are in September, and so with September 1st came the next installment in the Shannon Christine Christmas Ornament Club. The next 2 are in that other colorway that I mentioned. She's doing like she's swapping between 2 different colorways each month. So in August, we had more traditional red and green colors. This time we have pinks and aquas, and we have Let It Snow and Keep Warm. I love this. Let It Snow, and then parentheses, somewhere else. I actually love the snow, but I also find that hilarious because there are some times when you look out the window and it's snowing again and you just don't want to shovel your drive one more time. Anyway, really cute. And I finished them. They stitch up really quickly. So yeah, I finished them again. And she has not released the freebie for this month on the Facebook group, so I will be waiting for that to come out. Here's the 3 from last month. Holly Jolly, 'Tis the Season, and Do Not Open until 25th December. And then here are these this month's. Let me fold this back so you can see them. There's Let It Snow, Somewhere Else, and Keep Warm. There are some empty spaces. This empty space over here, there will be a string between the 2 mittens made of red beads. So that will be in there. And I think there's some beads in the Christmas ornament on this one, some red beads. So there's Let It Snow and Keep Warm. And with that, I am caught up on my Christmas Ornament Sal by Shannon Christine. Really love these charts. I still have plenty of room for 3 more months after this one. So I'll put the freebie here, same as I did last month, and then got 3 more rows to go. And yeah, these are fun because it's really easy to keep up. Because they stitch up so quickly, each one only takes me about 2 days to stitch. So they're really easy to just knock them out as soon as they release, and then I can put them aside and wait for the freebie or the next month or whatever it may be. So those were 2 more finishes for this week. So I finished Patriotic House Trio, I finished Double Double, and I finished 2 ornaments in the Shannon Christine Ornament Club. That's pretty good, right? Didn't put away my chart. That's pretty good. That, I only have one other cross stitch piece that I've worked on, one other whip that I have worked on. Most of my work has been either finishing those cross stitch pieces or sewing my placemats, but I did work on one other project, and I will show it to you. Not super far along on it yet, but I told you I wanted to keep working on my Star Spangled Swine Farm chart. I finished this big one last time, and I wanted to start working on the 2 smaller ones. I don't know how much longer I'm going to work on these before I put them away, since we're well past July 4th now, and I am like really getting into fall stitching, as you'll see in a moment. So I will probably end up putting this away this week, and it will probably have to sit and wait until next year, but that's fine. There's no rush, right? I still love it, and I will look forward to pulling it out next year. But I did start working on, so this was a new start / whip, on the sign piece, the Star Spangled Swine Farm piece. And this is as far as I got. I started at the bottom left, and I just got some grass and a piggy and the beginnings of the word farm in red and white check. So here's, you can see, oop, there we go. This is where I have been stitching just that bottom section of the chart. And that's as far as I got. And I'm still, you know, I'm pleased with that progress considering how much else I got done in the last 2 weeks. I feel like that's pretty decent amount of progress. But yes, I do think it's about time to put this away and save it for next year. Or whenever I feel like working on something summery. Sometimes in the middle of January, I start longing for summer, and I will pull out summertime patriotic stuff to stitch on. Okay, that was finishes and 1 whip. Let's talk a little bit about plans. It's September, and even though it's hot here in Missouri, I feel like September is the official start to fall, and I want to start all the fall stitching and all the Halloween stitching, especially now that I finished my Prairie Schooler Halloween pieces. I'm just kind of on a roll, on a kick with the Halloween stuff. So I pulled out some things from my whip bin that I could potentially work on for the next 2 weeks, and I was going to show them to you. The first one is more general fall, and that is, speaking of Prairie Schooler, yet another Stitch Mania start for me this year, my Prairie Schooler September. This is in the monthly series by the Prairie Schooler. I have all 12 months. I have finished a few of them, and I started September, the big chart right there. And it says, warm September brings the fruit and sportsmen then begin to shoot. Talking about harvest and hunting season and all things September. This is as far as I got last time. I started in the middle of the chart, and I got all the way across the chart. I started on the far right side and worked my way all the way to the left side. And that's where I got to. And I'd like to pull this out. It is September now, and like I said, I tend to stitch with the seasons. So I kind of am feeling the call of this piece again. I'm stitching this in DMC. These are all the called for DMC colors. They're really beautiful. They're so rich. They're very rich colors, this rich blue and red, gold. They're just a really lovely color palette for this one. So, you know, I'm kind of feeling the pull to work on that one again since it's September. It would be nice to get that done this month. I'm not necessarily setting that as a goal, but that's a potential project for this month. I also pulled out 2 more Halloween series that I have started already and would like to maybe continue working on. The first one is my Lizzie Kate Tingles. I started October 31st for Stitch Mania and got it done really quickly. And I can't remember, I think I've started this one, the jack-o'-lantern. These are charts 3 and 4 of 12 in this series. I am stitching the whole series on one big piece as shown here. And let me show you. I'm stitching these on 32 count AL. Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't been saying what fabric I've been using for everything, and I know people always want to know that. So really quickly, the September, Prairie Schooler September, I'm stitching on 32 count white linen, just straight white linen. It's a fat 16th, a 9x13 cut from 123 Stitch, and it fits those charts perfectly. The Shannon Christine Ornament Club, I'm stitching them all on the same big fat quarter of fabric I have. It's 28 count Mushroom Lugana fat quarter, also from 123 Stitch. Almost all my fabrics from 123 Stitch. And then, yeah, I told you what the Prairie Schooler Halloween ones were on, and the Patriotic House Trio is on 32 count Vintage Smoky White linen for 123 Stitch, and I will link all these down below just in case you want to know. And then my Star Spangled Swine Farm, as all of my chalkboard pieces, is on 32 count charcoal linen from 123 Stitch. Okay, now we're back to Tingles. Tingles, I am stitching on 32 count Ale linen by Picture This Plus, and here is where we are. So these two I finished before Stitch Mania, or yeah, I think so. Ghosties and Ghoulies and Haunted. And then for Stitch Mania, I did October 31st. And oh, okay, I haven't started Jack-o'-lantern yet. That's next on my list, is to start chart number 4 for this series, which will be Jack-o'-lantern. You may notice by the threads that I have chosen my own threads for this project, and I will show you. I wanted them to be a little bit more vibrant, a little brighter. I wanted a brighter purple and a brighter aqua, and I just, yeah, I wanted to zhuzh it up a little bit because that's just the way I roll. I like brighter, more vibrant colors. So let me show you the threads I chose. I'm fairly certain they are all Victorian motto. We've got, let's get this. Let's do them in order because I always do everything in rainbow order. Oh, okay, there's one that's a Weeks Dye Works. Everything else is Victorian motto. So we have Hot Chili Peppers, which is my darkest orange. Glowing Campfire, kind of a medium orange. Spooky Hollow, which is my bright orange, and then my very light orange, yellow orange, is Sparkling Orange. So those are my 4 oranges. My yellow is Sunflower Treasure. Look at how pretty they look all together. My light green is Essential Spice by Victorian motto. My dark green is Wonder Vines, also by Victorian motto. Ooh, look at how pretty. My aqua is Highland Banner. Kind of a turquoise aqua. Well, it's not really aqua. This is more like a turquoise. My dark gray black that dark gray. And I am using a dark gray. There's no dark gray charted in the piece, but I added it because I liked it so much. This is Old Salem Spell. It's almost a gray, dark gray blue, you can see. My purple, Special Orchid. Ooh, look at those colors. My black is just DMC 310. I'm just using DMC 310 as my black. I have a lighter kind of greeny brown, which is Weeks Dye Works Havana, which is the only non-Victorian motto thread. And then I have a lighter brown, Primitive Nutmeg, or not lighter brown, just a brown. And then my white is an off-white called Smooth Rock Cress, also by Victorian motto. Look! I love color. You guys know I get a little crazy about color. Look at those colors. Just delicious. So anyway, those are the colors I'm using for the Lizzie Kate Tingle series. And in September, I start decorating for Halloween and I start stitching Halloween things, and I love Halloween. So that is my Lizzie Kate Tingle series. That is another potential plan for this month, is to get back to this one and keep working on that. The other Halloween series that I've recently started is the Scary Apothecary series by Hands On Design. I have finished 3 of these and I have 6 more to go. There are 9 in the series. The next one I will likely stitch is spider legs. So cute. And these are the 3 I've stitched already. Cauldron Cleaner, Bat Balm, and Cackle Lozenges. And I'm stitching these on the purple, orange, and green linen. These will all be linked down below. Light lilac, pale orange, lilac, pale orange, and light lime. And yeah, I will likely stitch spider legs next, and probably on the other side of this piece of light lime over here. So if I get to that this month, that is a potential plan. Again, chose my own colors for this piece. Again, they're all Victorian Motto. These I went more with kind of a lighter pastel, almost neon kind of collection of colors. They're fairly similar to the ones that are called for in the chart, but I just threw my own spin on them, as I always do, and they're really beautiful. If you want to know specifics of what these are, you can comment down below, but if I work on this, then I will read out all of the colors again. I just don't want to take all your time, because I know not everyone cares about color as much as I do, or gets so obsessed as I do. But that's another potential project for this month, for September and October. I guess we could also carry this into October. So I have 2 months to work on this. The only other one I grabbed is my Lizzie Kate Jingles series. This is similar to the Tingles series, except that of course it's Christmas themed. And I pulled this out just kind of because I was feeling the Lizzie Kate thing. I don't know if I'm going to work on that or not, but it's a potential. The other thing I really need to pull out, and I feel tremendous guilt over this, is my son's stocking. I really need to work on Jamie's stocking. I think it will help if I just pull it out, stick it on my roller frame, and set it on the table and have it in front of me more often. Maybe I'll feel more motivated to work on it, but what are you gonna do? It'll get done. It will get done. Someday, sometime, it will get done. And not, you know, he won't be 18 before it's finished. I promise. So yeah, I really should work on that too. I know I should. Do any of you feel guilt about projects you're neglecting? Usually I don't. The only reason I feel guilt about that one is because he's the only one in our family who doesn't have a stitched stocking yet. I'd really like to finish out the set and have us all have all of our stitched stockings, but I just don't really enjoy stitching on it very much right now, and so it's hard to feel motivated. But anyway, that's all of my potential plans, things I could work on, or I could go a completely different way and do something totally different. Who knows? Whatever strikes my fancy. But anyway, that's it for cross stitching today. Now I have a whole bunch of goodies to share with you. I'm gonna first show you some purchases that I made, and then I was blessed enough to receive quite a few generous gifts in the past 2 weeks, some of which I get to share with you, so I'm really excited about that. And then we will end with the giveaway. I'm gonna announce the winners for the thread, that Chinese DMC alternative thread, so I'll do that at the end, and then I have another giveaway for this week, so hang in there. First thing, this is very small. I'm getting ready to start finishing some late summer, fall themed cross stitch, and I needed some more buttons because I use buttons a lot in my finishing, and I found these. We have 4 sunflowers and 5 of these adorable little owls in different shades of gray and brown. So perfect for fall and late summer finishing, sunflowers and owls. I'm still on the hunt for autumn leaves and maybe some acorns or something, you know, something similar, but for right now, this will work just great. So I grabbed those. And then the only other purchase I have for the last 2 weeks, I have been on a sewing kick, obviously, with my placemats, and I have always wanted to make my kids seasonal, holiday-specific pillowcases. When I was growing up, we had Christmas pillowcases that we got out every year when we would decorate for Christmas. After Halloween, we'd all get to put our Christmas pillowcases on our pillows, and I just remember that being so fun and just kind of special. And my sister, her mother-in-law, makes her kids all kinds of pillowcases. Pillowcases for every holiday. They get a new one every year around their birthday. They get them for holidays. She makes pillowcases for all of her grandkids. They're really quick to make. They don't require a lot of fabric, and they're fairly easy. And I just have always wanted to do that. I've made a few pillowcases, but just not for my kids. They've been for me, or when I've taught a little beginning sewing class to some local girls. I taught them how to make pillowcases, and we made some. But I decided that this was the year, and I was feeling the kick to sew, so I wanted to make some pillowcases. And do you guys remember my new favorite fabric shop that I bought, Kathy from Hands On Design? I bought her like coordinating fabric from. It's called Simple Stitches Fabric Shop. Here is their business card, simplestitchesfabricshop.com. And they have the best customer service. They're so sweet, and their fabrics and their quilt shop online is fabulous. It came out kind of funny. Fabulous. And they're great. They have so many cute things. With every order, they throw in a little freebie of fabric. It says, "Thank you for supporting our family-run shop." So I got some cute orange fabric here, perfect for Halloween. And they sell on their website, one of their kind of signature things that they sell are pillowcase kits. So I thought, all right, it's time. I'm gonna order some pillowcase kits from Simple Stitches Fabric Shop. I can't speak or remember anything today. When you order a pillowcase kit from them, it comes with instructions on how to make a pillowcase. I've made quite a few of them before, so I don't necessarily need this, but if you're a newbie, this is super helpful. There are also lots of YouTube tutorials on how to make pillowcases. You want to look for one that specifies making it with the burrito method and one that uses French seams. And if that is a bunch of jargon to you, go watch a YouTube video. You'll figure it out pretty quickly. Basically, doing it with French seams and a burrito style finishing means all of your raw edges are contained within seams. So there's nothing raw that can fray in the wash. You don't have to serge anything. You don't have to finish any seams because it's all contained within other seams, if that makes sense. So that's the style I've always made, and that's the style that they send you instructions for, which is really nice. But these are the 3 kits that I bought for my 3 boys. I'm really excited. We're gonna do Halloween pillowcases this year because I think it's fun. So for my youngest, I got him this one. These are, they put these kits together themselves using fabrics from different lines. So there's probably fabric in here from different lines, but this is a Riley Blake line, Cats, Bats, and Jacks, but it's so cute. So this is the main pillowcase fabric, is this gray with jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins on it. And then the cuff of the pillowcase, the edge piece, will be this black one that says Happy Halloween on it, with little ghosts and pumpkins. And then there's a trim, a very thin piece of trim between the main pillowcase fabric and the cuff. If you can envision like a little 1/2 inch or 1 inch trim, and it will be this orange and white check. So that is the first kit that comes so nicely packaged, already cut down. I think you do have to cut down the main fabric maybe a little further. I haven't opened these up to take a look, but this trim piece is definitely already cut to the size you need. So that's the first one. That's for my youngest. For my second son, I haven't decided actually which one's gonna be my second son and which one's gonna be for my oldest, but I'll just show them. So for one of the older boys, I have this one. And it doesn't say, I can't see the selvage, so I don't know which line it's from, but it's a glow-in-the-dark fabric. It's purple with mummies and Frankenstein and skeletons and witches and bats and pumpkins, and it's glow in the dark. So all the white areas will glow at bedtime, which I think is really fun. The cuff fabric is this orange star fabric, and then the trim is this it's hard to see. It's black with subtle gray polka dots. That's the trim for that one. So that's for one of my older boys. And for my other older son, whichever one, this is another glow-in-the-dark fabric. This one is this lime green with jack-o'-lanterns and a kitty cat. And again, their mouths and eyes and the stars will all glow in the dark at night, which is so fun. The cuff fabric on this one is black with stars, and then we have some more orange, almost look like little cross stitches, orange X fabric as the coordinating trim. So cute, really lovely packaging and put together so nicely. I cannot wait to stitch these up for my sons, and I will be showing you guys in a next video sometime soon after I stitch all of these. I'll show them to you. The price is great. One of these kits is $13, which I think is very reasonable considering you get like a full yard plus of the main fabric, like a long quarter. I think it's not a fat quarter, but a long quarter of a yard for the cuff, and then this strip. I feel like, you know, considering they're using designer fabric lines, I feel like $13 for a kit here is really reasonable. And their shipping is super fast. Their shipping is a little bit pricier, but that's because they use priority shipping, so you get it in like 2 days with tracking. You get an email the day that it's out for delivery. They're just the best customer service at this quilt shop. I just love them. So I will link their shop down below. I will link to their pillowcase page. They have tons. They have Christmas, 4th of July. They have all kinds of pillowcase kits that you can purchase. We will definitely be purchasing more. I will probably get Christmas ones eventually to make for my boys, but yeah, just love them. So that's from Simple Stitches Fabric Shop. That's all of the purchasing I did, and I have a couple of gifts to share with you. The first one, Shannon from Shannon Christine Designs, was so sweet. She sent me an email thanking me for talking about her ornament club on my video, because apparently you guys like nearly broke the system. She got so many new subscribers to the ornament subscription club after I talked about it in my video, and so I just want to thank all of you guys. You were all so good to go and support her and her beautiful work, but as a thank you for mentioning the club and helping drum up so much business, she sent me a couple of Christmas PDFs of some of her designs. She said this one was partially inspired by me because of my love of color and my love of sparkle. Obviously, do you guys see I'm wearing all my bling? This is, you can't see, it's not diamonds, they're cubic zirconia. And then I love my bling. You guys know I love my sparkle and my colors, and so she designed this one recently. 'Tis the season to sparkle. It's this beautiful Christmas tree. There's lots of krynic and beads, and I just love this. I already know what fabric I'm gonna stitch this on. I will show you at another time. So she sent that one to me, and then in case I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to Christmas patterns, she also sent me this one, which is so cute. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Looks like Christmas. And this is in more traditional colors. So pretty. So that was so kind of her. Thank you, Shannon, for sending me these PDFs. That's so sweet of you. I am going to link both of these charts down below at her website. So if you want to stitch these, you can get them yourself. They're PDFs, so you can order them and they'll come right away. You have instant gratification with PDF charts. And if you live overseas and shipping is tricky for you, this is another great option. So I love her style. I love Shannon Christine Designs and the way she charts and does and designs. I just think she's so clever, and they're so beautiful. So thank you, Shannon, for that. I also received a package from some very sweet friends. I'm sure you guys know who they are, but These are from, and I follow them on YouTube and Instagram. This package came from Jamie and Jordan at Basic Stitches. If you follow Basic Stitches on YouTube, they're a mother-daughter team, and they're just a hoot. They're so cute. And the daughter, Jordan, is Little Stitch Girl. She designs cross-stitch as Little Stitch Girl. And so Jamie, the mom, she sent me this package. She sent me this lovely little note with a few charts because she knows how much I love the 4th of July. And I love patriotic things. 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays. Possibly my favorite holiday, but right now I'm just all things Halloween and Christmas, so it's hard for me to decide. But anyway, she sent me a few of the charts that her daughter, Jordan, has designed as Little Stitch Girl, and I just wanted to show them to you. I will link these down below. You can purchase these at 123 Stitch, and I believe these guys also have, they either have an Etsy shop or maybe they don't. I don't know. I'll link them at 123 Stitch. Jamie or Jordan, if you are watching this, will you please let us know, are there other places we can buy your charts? Do you have an Etsy shop or a website where we can purchase them directly? Let me know and I'll be sure to link it. But she sent me 3 of her patterns. She sent me Star Spangled, which is this adorable gingham flag. Oh, so cute. Star Spangled. She sent me My Country 'Tis of Thee. Or My Country is the name of the pattern. It's My Country 'Tis of Thee, Sweet Land of Liberty, of Thee I Sing. Look at that. So cute. And then the last one she sent me is Firework Lane, God Bless America, Land That I Love. And there's a whole series of these lanes. There's like a series, there's one for each season. And when I was looking when I was looking to prep for the video, there's one for each season. There's also one for most holidays. She has these little trio of houses. So, and I love all the fireworks in the air. So anyway, these are by Little Stitch Girl, who is Jordan from Basic Stitches. Her mom, Jamie, sent these to me. So thank you so much, you guys. You are so kind, and I can't wait to stitch them. I'm probably gonna hold on to them until next summer because I'm kind of done with my patriotic stitching for the year, but I always need more things for Stitch Mania for next year, and right around Stitch Mania is when I usually start wanting to gear up for summertime, so I'm so excited to have those. Thank you. Covering up your address. Sorry. Thank you for sending those to me. You guys are so, so kind. So check out Basic Stitches on YouTube. They also have Instagrams that you can find, and really cute designs. The last one that I have to share, I got an email from Lynn, who is a subscriber of mine. And Lynn also dabbles in a little bit of cross-stitch designing. She has a blog, and she reached out to let me know that she had mentioned me on her blog so I could go check out the blog post. Thank you again, Lynn. That was so kind of you. But she sent me a couple PDFs here. And she said that I can share one of each of these PDFs with my subscribers. So this is the first part of our giveaway for today. There are 2 PDFs. The first one by Lynn, who is Stitching Fairy Crafts at Etsy. She has an Etsy shop where you can buy these. But the first one is Autumn Leaves, Pumpkins, Please. So cute. I love that pumpkin. And really simple, would be really quick to stitch, and kind of really elegant. I really like this one. Autumn Leaves, Pumpkins, Please. So if you are interested in being entered to win a PDF of this chart, please leave a comment down below that has the word pumpkin in it. And yeah, you'll be entered to win a PDF version of this. Autumn Leaves, Pumpkins, Please. The second one that Lynn sent is a Christmas pattern. This is so cute. If you are a dog fan, and particularly if you are a dachshund fan, this is Dachshund Through the Snow. He has a Santa hat. And look, there's this beautiful like ornament and ivy border on the top, and then snow, and then Dachshund Through the Snow. Or if you pronounce it the other way, Dachshund Through the Snow. Dachshund is correct, but some people say Dachshund. Dachshund Through the Snow. This is so cute and so clever. I am not really a dog person, but this is freaking adorable. And so if you would like to be entered to win this PDF chart, would you please leave a comment down below with the word dachshund in it? Let's just keep it really simple. By the way, you can enter any and all of these giveaways. Just wanted to make that clear. You can enter all of them. So if you want to win and be entered to win a PDF copy of this adorable Christmas chart, leave a comment with the word dachshund in it. And bonus points if you can find a way to incorporate both pumpkin and dachshund and the next word that I'm going to share for the last part of the giveaway all in one sentence. There'll be bonus points. Not really, but I think it's fun. The last part of the giveaway for today. Oh, this is important. For those 2 PDF giveaways, if you live anywhere in the world, you can enter. You don't have to live in the US because it's a PDF and will be sent to your email. However, for this next part of the giveaway, the last one, this is going to be US only because these are much bulkier and shipping right now, the postal service everywhere in the world right now is kind of a mess. So these unfortunately are US only. Apologies to those of you overseas, but be sure you enter for the PDF charts. I went back to Walmart, and good thing I did when I did because they were nearly gone, and I bought 2 more of these mini jelly rolls of fabric. This is the fabric that I used to make my placemats. And like I mentioned, these contain all of the fabrics except for the orange gingham because I couldn't find any more of that. But you may have it at your Walmart, but you also don't need it. You could just use these 2 and make a full set of 8. I believe you can get about 4 placemats out of each mini jelly roll. So there are 2 here, which would make a set of 8. If you need 12, you would need to go get another jelly roll of this, but they didn't have any more at my Walmart, so I grabbed what I could. But I am going to give both of these away to 1 subscriber, enough to make a full set of 8 placemats. They didn't have any more of the fat quarters. You're kind of on your own for backing fabric, but this is the most important part of the project anyway. The backing fabric can be any fabric that coordinates. You're not going to see it very much, and as long as it coordinates, you could just use a gray solid if you wanted. But these are the most important part, and I was able to get 2 more of these. So this is enough to make a full set of 8 placemats. Remember, the tutorial will be coming next week, and if you would like to be entered to win this set of 2 mini jelly rolls from Walmart, leave a comment down below with the word, oh my gosh, this is hard. Thinking of things spur of the moment. Okay, pumpkin was for the PDF chart and dachshund was for the other PDF chart. Let's just say placemat. You leave a comment with the word placemat in it and you will be entered to win 2 of these little jelly rolls of fabric. Again, this is for US only. Apologies to those of you overseas, but it would just be too expensive and crazy to try and ship these overseas right now. But you can be entered to win the PDF charts. So placemat is the word if you want to win the 2 jelly rolls. Pumpkin is the word if you want to win a copy of Pumpkins Please. And dachshund if you want the dachshund through the snow. And those are the giveaways for this week. We are almost done. Last but not least, I need to announce the winners for the giveaway from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we had a giveaway for those DMC alternative threads. And I had 3 packs to give away, a pack of 50 and then 2 packs of 25. And I am pleased to announce that the pack of 50 goes to Wendy Wright. The first pack of 25 goes to Traveling Stitcher. And the second pack of 25 goes to Karen Goodchild. So again, Wendy Wright gets 50, Traveling Stitcher and Karen Goodchild each get 25. So if you three would please reach out to me, email me. My email is listed down below, yellowhousecrafts@gmail.com. Please send me an email with your shipping address and I will mail those out to you. Thank you everyone who entered. Also, thank you those of you who reached out with your experiences with kind of DMC alternative Chinese threads. Some of you have had really wonderful experiences with them and have had no problems. Some of you have had less than stellar experiences with them. I've never stitched with them, so I can't really speak as to quality or how they'll stitch, but I just thought if you could, heck, you know, free thread, give it a try, see if it works for you. If it works, awesome, order some more thread. If it doesn't work for you, no harm done, but you know, it's worth a shot if you're interested. Of course, if you're not interested and you like your good old DMC, then stick with that. There's no one forcing you to use it. I had some people who were like upset that I shared it, but I shared it because I want to give you guys the opportunity to try something new. I don't know whether it's good or not, but thank you to everyone who entered, and congratulations to Wendy Wright, Traveling Stitcher, and Karen Goodchild. So email me, send me your mailing address, and I will get those mailed out to you this week. And don't forget to enter this week's giveaway. And oh, as with all giveaways, leave a comment with the appropriate word, but also make sure you're subscribed. I do check to make sure that these people who win giveaways are actual subscribers before I mail them out. If it's not a subscriber, then I draw a new name. So make sure you're subscribed, like the video, comment, and you're entered to win. That's all I've got for you guys today. That was a pretty long video, but we had lots of fun stuff to talk about. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you are all healthy and safe and enjoying your stitching. Take care, and I will see you next week with a tutorial, and the week after that with another update. Okay? Take care, guys. Bye.